Hi guys, this is Dave at Concise Reviews, and today I've got a JBL Link 10 speaker. Now this is a mid-range Bluetooth speaker with Google Assistant built in. I'm going to get it set up, show you some of its features and review it for you guys. Okay, so the Link 10 is one of 3 new speakers that JBL have brought out in partnership with Harman Kardon. This is the smaller one and one of the only 2 that are portable. So you've got the Link 10 and the Link 20. The 20 is obviously a bigger one, more expensive, going to give you better sound. The Link 300 is much bigger, but that's not portable. It doesn't have a battery built in. In terms of what you get in the box, you get the USB charge cable, pretty funky in orange. I probably would have preferred this to be black because I think this will have a lot of time spent plugged in at home. So cable's about a meter long, bright orange is fine if that's your thing. I also had this in the box, which I thought was going to be something quite important, but it's just a protective case for all the instructions that'll come with it, which is fine. As for the speaker itself, there's a load of buttons and lights all over it, which makes it very easy to use and understand the connections, but I'll run through those once it's actually set up so I can show you what they do. Okay, I'll quickly go over some of the specs of the speaker. It's probably lighter than it looks. It's only 710 grams. It's got a 4000 milliamp battery built in, which has given me about 4.5–5 hours of use when I've tried it, but it does take 4 hours to charge, which is a bit of a disappointment. It's got 2 40mm speakers inside, which run 8 watts in stereo. Also, one key feature of this is that it's Ipx7 Waterproof, which means that it can be submerged 1 meter for up to 30 minutes, which is a nice touch for a portable Bluetooth speaker that you might take to the beach or whatever, might get it wet somehow. It's got Google Assistant built in, this was one of the first speakers to do this that wasn't made by Google, and it's also got Bluetooth 4.2 built in, so you can use it for high quality Bluetooth connections for music and stuff. Okay, in terms of setup, as with most Google products or Google Assistant built-in products, I'm sure this is going to be very easy for you guys. You just hold down the power button on the back, and you'll notice it's got this power indicator, which basically shows you how much battery life you've got in it, which is really useful for a Bluetooth speaker if you're taking it out and about. That will sort of turn on for a minute, and then meanwhile on your phone you need to open the Google Home app. Okay, that's a positive sound.
Hi, I'm your Google Assistant. You can ask me questions and tell me to do things. To get started, download the Google Home app.
If you don't already have the Google Home app, just get it from the Play Store for free, and then you'll see on the phone now it's found the device, so just hit setup. Would you like to set up this device? Next. Okay, that didn't take a minute, it took about 15 seconds actually. So did you hear the sound? The speaker would have made the sound to confirm it's connected. Yes. You can then choose a room where it's based if you're planning on keeping it stationary in your house. Probably not the best feature for this kind of product because you want to move it about, so I'm just going to hit attic for now. Okay, the next step is you need to connect it to your Wi-Fi. So select the one that you want to connect to and push next. Use save password. You probably have the Wi-Fi password always saved into your phone already, so just push OK, and then it will connect to Wi-Fi. Okay, so I've got this error message this time when setting it up. We'll see if it still works. We'll just push OK. Okay, so I had a little issue connecting it, but now this has come up on Google Home saying I've got to link it to my Google Home account. So we'll hit link account, put it in the attic, next. Yes, I accept. Okay, voice match, I've already done that. What that basically means is that it can recognize your voice against, say, your partner's voice. So if you ask it how long it will take to get to work, it'll give you your personal result compared to your partner's, but we'll skip that for now. Yes, I'm sure. Allow personal results, allow. Here you enter your address so it can give you answers specific to your location. So it's already got my address, confirm address. Music services, yep, it's already got that selected. I use Google Play Music. Almost finished. Yep, I'm happy with that. That's all fine. Again, it just includes my address, so I've blocked that out. And there it is. Attic speaker is ready. Next, you can explore what you can do.
Hi, I'm your Google Assistant. I'm here to help. To learn a few things you can do, continue in the Google Home app.
Again, here it gives you a load of instructions on what you can do. I won't go through all these now. You can probably just Google functions that you can do with Google Assistant. So we'll crack on with some of the features and the review. Okay, just one thing to mention, I am about to do a video comparing the JBL Link 10 to a Google Home and also a Google Home Mini, so I'll try and put a link to that video in the screen here, or if not, check in the comments below. Okay, so let's try out some of the Google Assistant features on the JBL 10. Okay Google, what's the time?
10:05.
Okay Google, what is the capital of Japan?
Tokyo is the capital of Japan.
Okay Google, how long will it take me to drive to work?
By car, the journey to work is 4 minutes with light traffic.
Okay Google, play Power by Kanye West.
Okay, Power by Kanye West. Here it is on Google Play Music.
Okay Google, increase the volume to 100%.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it, do it better than anybody you ever seen do it.
Okay, so yeah, it responds very quickly. It's just exactly the same as the Google Assistant built into the Google Home. One thing I will just try is trying some of the shortcuts that I've set up with my Google Home. Okay Google, I've finished eating.
There you go, turning on the backlight. Okay, turning off 2 lights.
Okay, you can't see that because it's out of screen, but what that's done is turned on my backlight and turned off my overhead smart lights. So yeah, that worked fine. Okay, one thing that you notice, it's got some very useful indicators on it. It's got this Wi-Fi strength indicator. It's got a volume indicator, which you just saw. Okay Google, increase the volume to 75%. Okay, and those lights also show you when it's listening as well. On the back, you've got the battery light indicator, as I said, power button and a mute button. And then on the top, we've got some pretty standard buttons: play, increase volume, decrease volume, and a Bluetooth pairing button. Now that's quite useful because as easy as it should be to pair Bluetooth devices, sometimes it can be a bit different. Okay, so just push the button and then it starts to flash. And I'm sure if we push scan on my phone here, it's going to come up. It's called Attic Speaker. It's named it after the room. And that noise means it's connected. So now if we start to play the music from my phone, it should come through that speaker. There we go. Okay, one thing that is slightly annoying, but probably as you'd expect with most Bluetooth speakers, is that it tends to say connected to your phone via Bluetooth, which is great if it's just a Bluetooth speaker that you're going to turn off once you're done with it. But as something that you're going to be bringing home and using around the house, you probably don't want your calls and your music from your phone sort of auto diverting through to this speaker, so you do have to disconnect every time. So just hit disconnect like that. Okay, as for the sound quality, it's probably hard for you to hear just watching this on YouTube, but I was fairly impressed. It was pretty good at sort of mid volume level, but as soon as you turn it up high to 100%, it sounds really bad. It's just sort of all over the place. But it can't really handle the bass, and it doesn't really sound good. So as long as you sort of keep this at around 70%, which I'd say is fine. It is quite a powerful speaker. Then you're going to be very impressed with this. Other hardware features just to mention, you've got this button in the middle, which is the Google Assistant button. So rather than saying the voice command, which you all know, you can just push that and it will start to listen to you and probably not understand what I'm trying to say now.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, another nice thing on the buttons, I thought these were just going to be kind of touchscreen buttons, but it's kind of like a rubber surface and you can actually feel, you can hear it clicking maybe. There's like a solid press, which is quite a nice touch. And then on the back you've got the port where you'd put the power cable. And that's all there is to say really. It's quite a nice texture, it's got this kind of fabric around the outside, looks good. All in all, pretty smart speaker, and it's got 2 microphones up the top, so when I've been using it I've had no issues with it being able to hear me, which is obviously important for a voice activated speaker. Okay, another key feature of this is that it's Ipx7 Waterproof, and what that means is that you can submerge it for 30 minutes in up to 1 metre of water if you so wish. You probably wouldn't want to do that deliberately because you won't be able to hear it, but let's try it anyway. So let's start playing some music as well. Okay Google, play music by Ed Sheeran.
Playing Ed Sheeran on Google Play Music.
Okay, so first thing you want to do is make sure that that back bit is sealed, otherwise you're going to be in a world of trouble. And we'll try it. Okay, obviously you can't hear the music. I'm surprised it's actually still playing, but it still works. Okay Google, stop. Ah, that's interesting. So maybe where it's been underwater, it's clogged up the microphone ports. I'll give them a quick blow. Okay Google. Okay, we'll just push play. Maybe it just needs a bit of time to dry out. Okay, so I've just dried that off quickly with a cloth and given it a blow into the 2 microphone ports, and it's working fine now. Okay Google, what's the time?
10:30.
Okay, so there you go, it's working fine. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is probably the biggest sort of letdown really, and that is that the Google Assistant feature will only work when it's set up on your Wi-Fi network that you connected it to originally. So it's great that it's a portable Bluetooth speaker, so you can take it from room to room in your house, but once you take it away from your network, it loses probably the main selling point of the product. So I'm going to show you what happens. I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi now. So this is now not connected to any network, just as if I was down the beach or something with it. And then if I want to use my voice to command it, okay Google.
Hang on while I get connected to Wi-Fi.
That's what you're going to be hearing instead of any of your music or whatever you want it to do. So for me, that's quite a disappointment. It's a shame that they couldn't connect it to your phone somehow in the same way that Android Wear watches do. But other than that, in summary, it is a good speaker. It's a great alternative to something like a Google Home or a Google Home Mini if you want it to be able to move around different rooms in your house. For example, take it in the bathroom when you have a shower, or take it in different rooms to listen to music. Whether this is right for you is going to depend on really if you need that, if you need to move it about in your house really. For me, I've got Google Chromecasts linked up to mini amps in different rooms, and you can click this link or check in the comments for a link to see how I've done that for a budget for about £50 per room. So I don't really need to move a speaker about my house because I can just speak to my Google Home and tell it to play whatever music in whatever room. In terms of price, the retail price for this is about £150. I got this for £74 on offer at Curry's, which I would imagine would be a fairly regular sort of offer price for this. It's probably worth £74, I'd say. I definitely wouldn't pay £150 for it, but again, whether it's right for you is going to depend on how you'd use it. Okay, so that's the JBL Link 10. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like and subscribe for more concise reviews, and stay tuned for a comparison between this speaker, the Google Home, and the Google Home Mini.